Hey y'all. Peon. A little mod by Peasant mods that could. That's what I'd call it. Little Delrin Mech. Made here in the USA. By Alex Miller, the dude that makes Peasant mods. I mean, you guys probably are familiar with those. Well, he started recently making these peons not too long ago, and I've been watching them. I'm in the group. It's a Facebook group. I stated right here. It's where you get these mods, unless you go to a vape showcase where he just had a bunch of them, a few of them, 20, 30 of them, and they sold out pretty quick, where I was able to pick up 2 of them. Friends of mine actually picked them up. I didn't make it down to vape showcase. I still have never been to a vape show. And ask me if I give a rat's ass. No, I don't. I don't know how well I do in a smoke-filled room full of people, as y'all know, but I would like to have met all the cool people there. Needless to say, I don't know how this is, might have some reflection on it. You'll see it better when I look at it up close, because, you know, we're green screening this thing. I put a filthy trailer up behind me because, again, Alex's theme. He makes the vagrant, the transient, the peasant. I think there's another one called something else, and now the peon. You gotta love the names, okay? So that's why I figured I'd throw Rufus's trailer up behind me on the green screen. I'm not sitting in a filthy old trailer like this, in case y'all haven't figured that out yet. But we're gonna look at this thing. It's just a sick 18650 Mech with some features that no other little ones do, like back and front doors that are customizable. The fit and finish on this thing is freaking off the chain. You'll see when I show you. You don't have to take my word for it. We'll let the camera do the talking there. I'll probably flip my lip too. So here we have the Peon. This mod is 73 millimeters from top to bottom, 25 millimeters deep, and 43 millimeters this way. I've got the armor on top with the Munoz Brothers bell cap. I think proportionally it just looks awesome. I don't think there's many addies you're going to throw on here. They're not going to look awesome, but this is a little 18650 Mech, matching button and door. The thing that's really sick about the Peon is you get a door on the back too. I mean, it's customizable front and back. They make a bunch of different options of doors that are, like currently you can kind of maybe get, trade for, and that are coming out. This is the latest version with the Mod Dog 510. We'll go into that in a little while. But again, the body is like a media blasted Delrin, black Delrin. It's solid as hell. I mean, it's flat. It doesn't jiggle, move, or anything like that. Tiny little mod. Let's look at this 510 in this thing. This is worth looking at from the top, bottom, and all sides. I got a little flow ring on it, because you guys know how I run my stuff, with a little gap, if at all possible. Dry as a bone. I've been running this mod solid. Now I just wipe down the back of it and I can get my fingerprints off, but I've been running it solid since I got it. Let's see, I think I got it on Saturday of this week. So what is today? Wednesday? Been mixing it up between it and my regulated mods. So you get a door. It's held on by magnets. Okay, it's like a plastic, I forget what you call this stuff. Maybe plexiglass or something. It's engraved right there. Nice thick door. Good set magnets. Couple of cool features about it. The door also is, I mean, if you look at the fit and finish of this door, it stays in without the battery. That's one thing I'm going to say. The level of craft, fit, and finish, the man's ability to have his way with plastic, I guess you could say, to make plastic his bitch as much as he's made wood. I mean, Alex is known for making some really sick mods out of wood. And he just dipped over into this, but you could see the detail work on that, how that fits, and gaps. There's no gaps, seams, any of that stuff. Okay, so there's your door, and as you can see, it takes the Sunbox IM small bottles, also takes the Luco Silk, which I happened to just had one ready, so I popped it in. I was too anxious to get this thing running to recommission a bottle, so I had one laying around from another mod that I popped in there. But here you can see the way the Mod Dog works. He also has a locking ring, which is a really simple thing, but the contact is just, that's it. Okay, it makes contact via this. The Mod Dog, this connector here is pretty epic. It's like silver plated brass and stainless steel. So the cool thing about that is, which most of these little mechs don't take into consideration, a lot of them have killer silver here and here, but the contact is made between dissimilar metals. Most of them are contacting silver on brass or copper on brass, but when you have dissimilar metal contact, what I know about it in the architecture industry, it's not a good thing. Dissimilar metals tend to oxidize more, and in some cases they have a reaction to each other. That's about as much as I know. Not going to try and be any kind of scientist, but that's what I know. In architecture, you never put two different metals in contact with each other unless you put like a coating or a shim of some sort in between them. You can see how simple that contact works. Really killer engineering here, that thing doesn't move no matter how and what you do to it. Like even if you took that bolt off, this thing stays straight. His contact, you just flip it over there, it locks. Really killer thing about it, even with that in place, this is worth mentioning. Door is flush, no gaps, even when it's locked down. You got no gaps. Killer thoughts. Again, I don't think Alex came up with this idea of this lock, but he certainly has improved on the locking idea. As you can see in here, everything is dry as a bone. There's no signs of liquid anywhere. Nothing. It's just it's a dry scenario. I like dryness, particularly in a squonker. Look at how thick the barrel of this is too. What that allows is an epically thick. Look down through there if you can. I'll try and tighten it in for you. But this is the squonking on this is off the chain, because this is like a 2mm hex adjustable reverse threaded hex pin to make contact with your addy. It's reverse threaded, so if you want to raise it, you turn it clockwise. If you want to lower it, you turn it counterclockwise. That's what reverse threaded is. But if you see that diameter, that 2mm basically goes right through that thing, or it's very much close to it. So the squonk action on it is pretty sick and off the chain too. Again, looking at craftsmanship, attention to detail, how flat all that goes together. Really well put together mod. Extremely well put together mod. It's a high-end little Delrin box. Killer thing about it. This is the company. I mean, you probably have seen his logo before. Peasant on his wood mods. His wood mods fetch like some serious sick money in the amongst squonkers and drippers that like that kind of stuff. But he's engineered some cool stuff into it so that the doors, when you squonk, the door doesn't come off or any of that stuff. Back doors held on by magnets, so you can mix and match them. There's all kinds of stuff. We make fun of this logo in a good way. Somebody told me, and once I saw, first I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like, it looks like a couple of labia sitting there, or some kind of weird shellfish. I didn't know. But then they showed me that it's a pawn. You see that? It's like the outline of a pawn. But then a dude said it looked like a pawn emerging from like a starfish, if you get my meaning. And once you see it, it can't be unsaid. Well, it's true. You can't unsee it. Now that you look at it, and we joke about it, but it's funny as hell, but I think it's actually kind of cool. So, that is it, looking at the mod kind of up close and personal, very small. What I also like about it is, now since I run a metal top, it's recommended to run it positive up. The mod is designed to run negative down, but I don't see any, to me there's no difference in how they run, except positive up gives you a higher margin of safety should that ever bust through the battery and short somehow. I guess, again, not trying to pretend to be I'm some kind of scientist, but it'll keep your battery from venting on you, where if it was negative down, it could produce some results that you probably wouldn't want. So we got the lock off. We'll put the atomizer back on it and put the front door back on it. Very light button press. I don't know what more I could really say about this mod other than this connector isn't one I'd like get my pliers out. None of them are, and I'm wrenching down. I always have a little bit of gap, and you know, the other reason I like a little gap in between this is you can see if there's ever any liquid emitting. What I found is if I didn't use a beauty ring and I tightened this particular addy down on it, like where I made it flush without this ring, then I was getting a little tiny bit of juice there. So I love the beauty ring deal, 100%. But that, and just as simple as that is, sorry, just as simple as fire it, unlock it. It's a beautiful little thing. It's improving on killer shit. Alex is taking ideas that are out there and bringing them up to his level of quality. And I'm passionate about this stuff. And as a matter of fact, I got another one of these coming. It's a white Delrin body with blue doors, but I'm also hitting them up to get some Ultim doors and some smoke doors and things like that. But it's a fantastic little mod made here in the USA. There's really no, I don't really have a pick on the mod at all. Do I have any pick on it? I think that logo is kind of cool, but I'd like to see it personally a little smaller. And I like the script he used that you can't see through here on the Peasant script. That would look cool if it said Peon in the Peasant font or script. Okay, that would be my, if I had one pick on it. I have another pick on it. My personal preference. This is just me personally speaking. If this button was the fire button, see how tight that is? I mean, it's not hard to get on or off by any means. You got to get it right, which is a good thing. If this button was like half a mil, or even a millimeter, or half a millimeter further projecting, I would like that better too. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I love it. Like I said, I got another one that I bought coming to me. I was able to pick up these 2-3 friends at Vape Showcase that just happened. So one of the guys already brought to me. The other one was picked up the next day, the white, and I'll get it. But that would be it. I'd like for that button to be a little, project just a tiny bit more. I'm not talking much more, because you feel it fine. But I would like to be able to press it easier without kind of... Other than that, I got no picks on the mod. It's just pretty damn insane. Alex is a cool dude. Really good guy. Getting to talk to him. It's here in the USA. As I know it, these things are warranted for life, is what he said, too. Who the hell even does that? I think Big Apple guy said that, too. You know, take good care of his mods for life. Another USA guy, but there you go. The Peon by Peasant Mods.